Well, we just, tale of two halves, and we got our tails handed to us in the second half on both ends. We were bad offensively, and that led to bad defense. We couldn't get over the frustrations of how poorly we played offensively, and it just gave too many runouts, and so you can't give up 51 points in any half and think you're going to win, and get out rebounded. Just second half just got whipped. That's all there is to it.
Doug, go ahead.
Scott, it looked like teams, maybe yours more than them, felt the effects of all the absences and stamina-wise. You look a little gassed.
I know, but we're not going to go to that, Doug. We're just not. I mean, we're just not. I mean, our guys know what to do, and we're not going to use that as an excuse at all. There are some realities to it, but so what? I just feel like when it got tough, we didn't get tough, and they did. When the game got tough, they fought, and when things didn't go our way, we didn't fight. We kind of tucked our tails and ran, and it's obviously the first game of the year and a lot to learn, and we're counting on new players, and so it's work in progress for sure, but we're not going to use that as an excuse.
Yeah. You mentioned it with your defense. You held them to 10 for 30 shooting in the first half, and then they got it going second half on you. Just maybe, what do you think happened?
Some of it is that they made some adjustments in their ball screen, and we didn't. I think as a coaching staff, we should have done a better job of making our adjustments and done a better job of making that adjustment, and we didn't. And so, I don't blame the players for that. Yeah. But, 27 free throws. I mean, all we do is foul. I mean, I can't remember the last time somebody shot 27 free throws on us. I mean, that's usually what we do to people. We didn't throw the ball in enough. We did in the first half. I don't even know if a post player touched the ball in the second half. And so they just, one of the things is they really pressure. And, since July, our players haven't seen pressure because we don't pressure. And so it's a little bit of a shock to the system, I think, to see that kind of pressure, and we didn't handle it very good.
Scott, did
Kinsey
surprise you that no one guy kind of really rose up to kind of lead you there a little bit? It looked like there was not one guy to kind of say, "I'll put it on my shoulders a little bit."
Yeah, and that bothers me a little bit, and but it's hard. I would say it's like that's not easy for Loudon because he's dependent on other people to get him the ball in certain spots, and that would be the one guy we want to say we need you to rise up. But he kind of depends on other people. It's usually your guards, if they're going to do that have to do it. I thought for the most part, in a brand new role for him, Trey, I thought played pretty good, and I was really pleased with Tanner and how Tanner competed. So those two sides I'm pretty pleased with.
Let me ask you one more thing. And the Loudon, did they change something, or the ball just didn't come into him much at all? I mean, he kind of dominated early on, and then the ball just you never saw it.
Yeah, and that's a lot of it is we just didn't throw him the ball. Some of it we didn't throw it, and some of it he didn't post. There were times where he had a chance to post. He's stepping out ball screen. He should have just been calling for the ball. And so it's a combination, but I think, maybe more than anything, their pressure really bothered us. We couldn't get into any sets, struggled to get into sets. And that was the toughest thing because of their pressure. And so we can't, we have a lot of sets to get the ball at post, but when you can't get into sets, then you got to be able to run motion and get the ball at post, and we just didn't do that.
touched on Trey a little bit, Scott. I thought he did really well for a debut. I know it was losing effort, but how'd you feel about how he played?
Who?
Trey Calvin.
I thought he played okay. I mean, I haven't seen the individual stats, so these stat things are a little hard for me to tell. But I mean, he's going against a first team All League USA point guard who's a pretty good player, one of the best defenders in their league, and maybe so I was pretty pleased with him. I think he's just going to keep growing and growing in his confidence, and he's going to be a heck of a good player for us.
Coach, I know you never know until you know, but how much uncertainty did you have going into this game as opposed to other openers? I mean, you get 3 games canceled. Did you get a vibe for your team? Was tonight maybe get you to a new place in terms of knowing where your team is?
No. I mean, just because there's a lot of the details that you would have wrapped up in the last 2 weeks before you play, we weren't able to take care of. We spent the last 2 days just, because our players were limited even when they came back. It's not like they could have go a full practice. The first day we had them back, we could go 30 minutes. Well, when you can only go 30 minutes, we kind of need them in the full court stuff so they get in a little bit of shape. And so they miss all the fundamental work. And then, the next day we had them for an hour, and then they got to play. And so, like, simple things, we couldn't even run a sideline out of bounds play because we forgot how to run it in the time, that they've been out. And that's not like something we worked on the last 2 days. We're just trying to get guys in shape. And so, there are things that we were missing just because we've had guys out and only had them back for 2 practices. But I'm just telling you right now, we're not using that as an excuse.
Free throws kind of let you down. You don't have stats there. I think you were 11 for 24.
Hard to win
feel
games
like
doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, you just, if you just make your free throws, it's a different game. It's a completely different game if you just make your free throws. But, and there's nothing it ain't like there's something we can do about that. The players just have to step up and make those free throws. And so, you're not going to win. Very rarely you're going to shoot like that from the free throw line. That many misses in winning games. You can't get away with empty points like that.
Mm-hmm.
With Coach, with just a 1 day off before your next game, is that a good thing, all things considered, the way things have gone, or is that pretty challenging for you?
No, it's challenging more than it's a good thing because there are a lot of things we need to work on. We don't have time to work on them. We have to spend all our time kind of getting ready to play Miami, and so there's no time to do rebounding drills and the stuff that we need to do. I mean, we got whipped on the glass. To a team that I don't think we should have. And that's probably the biggest disappointment for me of all of it is just how badly we got beat on the boards. And, I just think that tells you about the fight in our team right now. So, and we don't have time to work on that. We just don't have any time. Now, after the Miami game, we'll probably have a little bit of time. But we got to, we just got to spend a day kind of getting ready for Miami.